For those of you who just got here, I'll give everyone just a couple more minutes to log in and then I'll get started. Alrighty. Hey there, entrants of the Unsigned Only Music Awards 2025. Reminder, this panel is being recorded and will be made available on our YouTube channel at a later date. Your submitted questions may be included, as well as a handful of questions asked during the live Q&A panel session. However, we may answer some of your questions as well throughout this presentation. Don't worry, we'll make sure not to keep you here for too long. And for everyone here, I'm Jordan, and I'm an industry relations executive for Play MPE's business development team with the background in radio promotion, and I've been here for a little over 2 years now.
Hi everyone, I'm Marisol. I recently joined the industry relations team and I was previously in support here at Play MPE. So I know all the ins and outs of all three of Play MPE's promotion, discovery, and tracking tools. I am really excited to keep working directly with our clients.
Yeah, and as a little background, the industry relations team works a lot with labels, promoters, and indie artists, whether that be recommending radio formats, consulting on music markets, suggesting ways to optimize promotions to best utilize those resends that you get, and analyzing reporting. We're always here to really help you every step of the way. So yeah, let's get into it. As you know, Play MPE is a proud prize partner of the Unsigned Only Music Awards, and we are excited to not only be running this special promotion in collaboration with Unsigned Only, but we're also here to help and hold this special panel for all of you this year, so welcome. Recently, Unsigned Only Music Awards changed things up a bit and has shifted from more of a traditional music competition, formerly known as Unsigned Only Music Competition, to now being an online music awards entity. The music awards were developed to recognize and honor exceptional talent while providing a level playing field for all of you incredible and hardworking indie artists. What you may not know is that our tools were initially built for and are used by many major labels and professional promoters. However, it's always been super important to our team that we make these game-changing tools, of course, accessible to indies as well, to empower you to promote yourselves DIY in a professional manner. All promoted releases going through the platform show up in the same player as top artists, but Marisol will cover more on that shortly. And with Unsigned Only, of course, by entering your song or 10, your music could be heard by judges such as artists like Amy Mann, Robert Smith of The Cure, Jill Scott, as well as some music industry pros like Anthony DeCurtis of Rolling Stone, and many, many more. Our recipient lists are also packed with verified curators of thousands of radio stations that you love, plus top blogs, music magazines, music supervisors, and more. So if you want to get your music in front of the right people, you're of course in the right place. So as you know, there are a ton of music categories you can enter your song into. Much like Play MPE, we have an array of radio formats and music genres to get your music to the people that are looking to discover releases just like yours. If you already entered a song, feel free to enter more in the same or different categories, such as Best Adult Contemporary Artist, Best Blues Artist, Best Christian Artist, Best Latin Music Artist, and Best Music Video, among many other categories.
In this presentation, we will go over the prize offerings from Play MPE, which you can still enter to win with our special promotion, Collab with Unsigned Only. If you already enter Win Some Love, there are some great Play MPE prizes for the winner of that special promotion. Plus, Promote and Track Your Music Like the Pros is still open until Wednesday, March 26, so make sure to enter. Now I'm going to run a special masterclass for you all to show you how the tools work and how Play MPE can help you get your music heard by even more industry pros, much like the amazing judges on the Unsigned Only panel for this year. You will specifically learn about Play MPE and our 3 tools built for artists and music industry pros, which are Caster, Player, and Meter. Caster is for music promotions and Meter is for radio tracking. We will also show you Player, which is where industry pros in radio, media, music supervision, curation, and more discover music. So more on that in a bit.
Yeah, and Plan P distributes to lists which are more open to emerging indie artists, as well as other packages that we have that can get your music to industry professionals who have access and discover music via Player, and who can discover your music as well. Unsigned only has many music categories, as we mentioned earlier, and we're proud to offer a comprehensive array of radio formats and music genres to fit. At the end of this session, we will answer some questions we received from you ahead of time. So yeah, let's run the class and we'll get into everything else.
Great. So in the next video, we're going to show you how to use Caster for your campaign and also how the Player works.
With Caster, creating and distributing professional music promotion campaigns has never been easier. Play MPE's dedicated operations team provides full-service assistance to many high-profile clients. So let's take a quick walkthrough of the full-service version of Caster so you can see how we've streamlined the process of uploading assets, inputting all essential release information, and deciding where to send your release. First, you'll need to sign into your Caster account at caster.plaympe.com. Then you can select the Create New Release button at the top right-hand side. There are now 4 steps to creating a release in Caster: upload, promote, distribute, and review and pay. After clicking Create New Release, you'll see the Files and Metadata section for Step 1, Upload. In the Release Overview section, you'll upload the cover art and fill in all of the essential top-level release information. Please note that anything marked with an asterisk is required information, such as selecting a release type, which indicates whether it is a single, EP, or album. The impact date is the date that radio uses to know when they can add a track to be played on air. Set this for the day you'd like radio stations to begin airing your release. If you don't have a label name, you can just use your artist name and add the word music, for example. If your name is Jenny Smith, your label can be Jenny Smith Music. Next, you'll want to upload the mixed and mastered music files you want to include in your release. You can use the Add Music Files button to browse through your hard drive, or use the drag and drop or the upload link. To ensure that your music files are broadcast ready, you'll want to upload uncompressed WAV or AIFF files to make available for curators to download. Radio programmers and music supervisors will need those for airplay and sync placements. However, if your release is only intended to be stream only, for example as an early preview promo, then you could choose to upload high-quality MP3s. Depending on your release plan, you can upload one song file or multiple to supply recipients with the original version and/or any combination of explicit, radio edit, clean, and/or instrumentals. Pro tip: music supervisors love to have all versions of a song as it gives them more options for placement. Some radio stations will play explicit content. However, most mainstream radio require clean and/or radio edits, so keep that in mind. The track information section is vital, so make sure to input all of the pertinent metadata associated with your release. If multiple tracks will have identical information, you can select All on the left in the Track Manager when inputting all of your album's UPC or copyright year, for example. But then, make sure to deselect All when inputting each track's individual ISRC so that it doesn't overwrite everything you just did. What is an ISRC? It stands for International Standard Recording Code, and it's something radio programmers need in order to report when a track is played so that you can get those sought-after royalties. While not required, it is strongly recommended that you always include ISRCs for each track. Here, you'll also be able to determine if your release qualifies as Canadian content and fill out any needed information to credit the writers, publishers, composers, and producers of each track. Once you've completed the upload section and you're ready to move on to the next, click Continue. You can also save your release as a draft at any point in the process if you need more time or have to get additional information before moving to the next step. The Email and Notification Settings section lets your Play MPE release coordinator know when you want your release to go live. The boxes that are marked sender's name and email subject are where you input who your release is from, your company name or just your name, and then a subject line that will let the recipient know what it is. For instance, you could use new music from, and then your artist name, and then song name. The email and notification date and time input boxes are where you indicate when you would like your release email to be sent. We understand some releases can be time sensitive, but please try to give us a minimum of 48 hours to work on your release before it goes live. You can also enable our contact feature, which lets Player users reach out to you directly from within Player. Simply toggle the feature and add an email address. Curators will be able to reach out to request additional information, assets, and/or provide feedback. You can also include contact information in your promotional overview and/or attachments. The promotional info section is where you can add everything you want included in the body of your promotional email. This is where you can add an artist bio, press quotes, social media links, a press release, video links, contact information, and any other key information you want curators to see first. This will also appear in your release overview in Player. If you wish to add promotional assets available for download, such as promo photos, album art, a bio, or a press release in PDF format, you can do so by clicking on Add Attachment. You may upload a total of 5 attachments. The Special Instructions section is where you can add a message to communicate anything additional to the release coordinator creating your release. For example, if you want anything in bold, or you prefer the video goes in a certain spot, or you want a particular hex code for the background color. Just like before, once you've completed the Promote section and you're ready to move on to the next, click Save and Continue. At the top of Step 3, Distribute, you'll see the multiplier rates auto-populated for your release so you can see how you'll be charged based on the song files you uploaded. Our multiplier rates are calculated according to the total uploaded track time of your release. And finally, you can choose which package list you'd like your release distributed to. PlayMPE's lists are curated packages based on music markets, formats, and curator types. Recipients include terrestrial, internet, and satellite radio programmers, media, bloggers, and curators, plus record label execs, A&R, music industry VIPs, and much more. To select a package list, click on the Browse List button to open the menu. Here you'll be able to scroll through all of the options PlayMPE offers and make your selections. If you know what list you're looking for, you can type it into the search bar at the top of the menu, or you can use the navigation on the left to filter by a specific territory or type of list. Once you've picked out a list, check the box next to that list and it will be added to your release. After you've selected all the lists you'd like to use, click Add List to exit the menu. If you have a list of custom recipients that you'd like to include in the release email, click Add Custom List and upload your file. Now that you've chosen your lists, you'll need to decide how those recipients can interact with your release. In the Allow Download section, you can choose to make your release available to download or set it to stream only. Once everything is filled and you're ready to review your release, click Save and Continue. The Release Summary section outlines all of the content and details you've provided for your release. Under Content Overview, you can review everything you've uploaded, settings for your email blast, and packages that you've selected or custom lists you uploaded. Expand and collapse these sections using the arrow on the right-hand side to reveal details. If you wish to make any changes, click on the edit icon at the top of each section, and you'll be rerouted to that step in the process to make any necessary edits. To the right, you'll find the distribution list selections informing you of your balance and total due with any applicable taxes and discounts. If you have a discount code to apply to your release, you can enter it in the discount code field. Please note you may only enter one code per release transaction. After reviewing your release details and lists, enter your card information in the Payment Methods section. Your card details are sent to Stripe via a secure SSL connection for payment processing. If you'd like to save your card information for future use across all PlayMPE products, click Save My Payment Details. When you're satisfied with your release, proceed to the Submission and Payment section and click Pay Now. You will no longer be able to make any edits, but your release coordinator will be able to implement any changes that you may want. You'll receive a link to review and approve your release, along with your proof of payment within 1 to 2 business days. Once your PlayMPE release coordinator has set up your release, an approval request email will be sent to you, along with a separate email containing a summary of your release and your receipt. Click Review Your Receipt to view your completed invoice and the option to download or print the document from your device. The sample email will show you what your release email will look like when it shows up in the curator's inbox. Please note if you are using a free Gmail account, this email may show up in spam or promotions, so make sure you hunt for it if you don't see it in your main inbox. Once you find the sample email, you'll then have the option to approve, or you can request changes by selecting the Change Required button. You can also reply directly to the sample email with your feedback and notes for changes. Once you are happy with the final version, you can simply click Approve, and your release is good to go. The release will get distributed to selected lists on the available date, along with the first email blast. Recipients of your release will receive a Play MPE release email notification. To access the release, curators simply click on the Get It Now button in the email. Even if a recipient doesn't open your email right away, no worries. They'll also see your release appear automatically in their personal player account under New Releases on the available date. It will show up in New Releases under all of the formats you selected. From within Player, curators can choose to flag, stream, and/or download your new release. If you've enabled contact, they'll also be able to reach out to you directly for more information. Thanks for watching. If you have any further questions about creating a release, please contact support@plaympe.com.
All right, so now I'm gonna show you how to connect your Caster account with Meter, which is a radio airplay monitoring tool for your campaign.
Play MPE makes it easy to get your release heard by verified music industry contacts. Promote music to radio programmers, media professionals, music supervisors, curators, and more with Caster. Great news! The leading music promotion tool has integrated with Meter, Play MPE's new radio tracking tool. After setting up a promotional release, click Track Music from the pop-up banner on Caster, or under the Releases option menu on your Caster release page. Your release will be exported, fingerprinted, and appear in your Meter account. Select the songs you want to track and choose a start date up to 1 month in advance. You can purchase a 1, 3, or 6-month plan and extend at any time. Get the most out of music promotion and track radio efficiently by promoting your music with Caster and tracking airplay with Meter. Brought to you by Play MPE.
Awesome. Now, how does all of this tie into the unsigned only pricing from Play MPE? For Win Some Love promotion, one winner will receive a Caster music promotion package for 1 single, including 2 US radio formats, global bloggers, and 3 months of Meter radio tracking from Play MPE. For promote, and track your music like the pros special promotion, 2 overall winners will each receive 1 Caster music promotion package for 1 single, including an international radio bundle for your applicable format, global music bloggers, and 3 months of Meter radio tracking from Play MPE. For more information on unsigned only pricing, scan and follow the QR code here. And we'll keep this up for a couple moments in case you want to scan that.
Right, so Q&A time. Today we'll be going over some of the questions we received from panel attendees so far, and we'll be able to answer a handful of questions live as well. If we don't get a chance to answer your questions on this call, we are going to get back to each and every one of you over email. So here's a question we received from Mark ahead of time. And he's asking if a radio station or curator is being introduced to you and your music for the first time, what are the top 3 ways to put your best foot forward? Okay, so the first thing I will say is making sure you're telling your audience, which includes curators, the story about yourself and the music. This can help when they're learning about you or introducing your music on air. Also, make sure to include all applicable genres to your music, which can help while reviewing your music. And making it clear you know where your music could fit, having a good understanding of how your song works with a genre can go a long way. And lastly, being available for interviews and even creating connection with those who are supporting your music can also go a long way.
Awesome. And then here's another question we received from Alex ahead of time. Their release has gained traction internationally and stations overseas are already playing it. Does Play MPE promote globally or to the US only? This is a great question. Play MPE can service your music globally across many different territories, as we're not just servicing in the US or North America. Our radio blog and music supervision list do cover territories all over the world. When our users are looking to service their music, they're able to take a targeted approach in doing so by genre, specific territory, really depending on how far and wide our clients want to reach or where they want to gain traction.
Thanks, Jordan. So here's another question we received from John. And he's asking, what's the most efficient way to build a fan base with a low budget? This is a great question. So depending on your budget as an artist or band, you want to make the biggest impact with what you have. And when looking to service your music to radio, Play MPE can, of course, assist in helping you target your audience based on budget or how far and wide you're looking to service. As this can be a building process, radio is always a great place to start. In addition to that, ensure that you have your music registered with performance right organizations like ASCAP or BMI, to name a few, so you can receive royalties if you're getting support. Also, creating a social media or website presence and connecting with supporting stations as often as you can. Even offering interviews or other opportunities can all help an artist get started or continue building out their career while they engage and grow their fan base. Let's see if we have more questions.
Awesome. While Marisol's checking in with the Q&A box, I just kind of wanted to go over another common question we get in general, which is how can a Play MPE music promotion campaign help? Well, a variety of decision makers on our distribution list that include radio, media, curators, music supervisors, and A&R, among others, are reviewing music on a daily basis from Play MPE in the Play MPE player that you saw earlier in the video. Servicing your music out to the right contacts can potentially increase that support for you, create new fans of your music, and potentially help with that airplay and streaming, depending on your goals. It's definitely just a piece of your promotional puzzle at the end of the day, but it really does help in the long run when you're trying to build yourself out as an artist, create new fans, and really grow your career from there. If you're using Play MPE to service your music out as well, with each release that you do set up, you'll get the initial send that services out to those recipients and 2 additional resends to use. Utilizing those resends can not only expand the reach of your release, but it can also create a priority around your release with radio programmers and recipients. A lot of times, you can service it out once and the recipients are checking it out, they're seeing what's going on, but getting it in front of them more than once does really help create that priority and that urgency even for those recipients to check things out and see what's going on.
Great. So we received another question from Patrick, and he's asking if you need to send original songs only. So depending on the project, we have some clients who submit cover songs to radio. That said, they have usually gone through a level of licensing or approval during that process to cover the song itself. So yeah, it can be original or covers as long as you have that approval.
Yeah, and to go off of that question as well, we get another common question of, can I submit something that's 2 or 3 years old and it's not a brand new song or brand new release? The biggest thing I like to tell clients or prospective artists that are looking to use us as a service, it really depends on the release. And if you are servicing to a format that's never received your release before, has never heard the track, it's still brand new to them at the end of the day. So we more than encourage, sending out new current releases that are coming up, or even older releases in your catalog, depending on your goals. And then while Marisol's checking in the Q&A, here's another question we just received from Vanessa. As an indie band that plays grunge, alternative, and dark pop, are there any specific radio formats other than college that would take a chance on an indie band with not a huge following on socials? This is a great question specific to these genres. In addition to college, non-commercial radio or even specialty radio could be great formats to target as you are growing your presence and building out your fan base. These formats that are more free form, meaning that they have a lot of different DJs and specialty shows at them, do like to pick and choose what they want to play, which is definitely great for independent artists who have maybe a larger release and they don't know which track to focus on. Sending to free form formats like this, maybe these DJs and hosts are picking singles from the record that kind of shows you which tracks should be a single or which tracks are sticking out to them. So as you do grow out these formats and create a foundation as an artist, this can help you build your presence so that you can eventually emerge into commercial formats, for example, later on.
Great. We have a question on the Q&A. Someone's asking, I have already entered on sign only contest March 3rd before I heard of this contest. Will we be included in this contest? So if you have entered on sign only, then yeah, you will be included. Jordan, do you want to add anything to that?
No, yeah, I think that's perfect. I would definitely double check on the Unsigned Only website via the QR code at the end of the presentation just to make sure. But yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
All right, so I think there's no more questions in the Q&A.
All right, I think we'll stop it there for now. If you do think of any additional questions after this, no worries. If we didn't get to your question that you had in an email previous to this, we'll be sure to answer any additional questions that we received, and we'll be reaching out to each one of you to follow up and help support you through your music journey.
Great. So just to recap, the dates for Promote and Track Your Music Like the Pros runs through Wednesday, March 26th. So make sure to enter for a chance to win all of these incredible prizes and more. And don't forget to follow Play MPE and Unsigned Only on all social channels to stay in the loop. We might have another special promotion coming down the line you don't want to miss. And again, make sure to sign up for Caster and submit a song for assessment to our team via the QR code on the screen. All right, so thank you everyone and see you.
Thanks everyone, see ya.
See ya, bye.